You're beautiful from head to toe, my dear love. Beautiful beyond compare, absolutely flawless. Talk about an opening line. Welcome to By the Pages, where we unpack fascinating texts. Today we're diving into the Song of Solomon, a book that sparked debate for centuries.
Yeah. It's a unique piece of literature to find in the Bible, a collection of poetry that embraces romantic love and physical attraction so openly.
And it uses such powerful imagery to express those feelings. Right away we're hit with this incredibly potent declaration of love and beauty. What do you think the author was trying to achieve with such a bold start?
It certainly grabs the reader's attention and sets the stage for a passionate and sensual journey. It's like a direct challenge to the notion that love and desire are somehow inappropriate or unholy.
I'm noticing that the Song of Solomon doesn't shy away from using vivid imagery. Like the woman's hair is compared to a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. It's a striking image. But what's the significance of choosing goats specifically?
Well, in ancient Israel, goats were a source of both milk and wool, symbols of abundance and provision. Comparing the woman's hair to a flock of goats descending a mountainside evokes a sense of richness and even wildness. It's not just about beauty. It's about a beauty that's powerful and untamed.
That makes sense. And it's not just visual imagery. There are appeals to other senses too. The savor of thy good ointments, for example,
Wow.
brings in the sense of smell.
Exactly. And then we have honey and milk are under thy tongue, which adds taste to the mix. This multi-sensory approach creates an immersive experience, allowing the reader to practically feel the love and desire radiating from the text.
It's like the words themselves become a sensual feast. And speaking of feasts, the book is brimming with expressions of longing and desire that go beyond simple attraction. What stands out to you about how these feelings are conveyed?
There's a rawness and honesty to the language. The lovers don't hold back in expressing their yearning for each other, both physically and emotionally. Consider the line, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine."
It's definitely a passionate declaration. It feels almost intoxicating, as if their love is something that can truly inebriate the senses.
Precisely. The comparison to wine is significant in that culture. Wine was associated with celebration and joy, but also with losing control and surrendering to something larger than oneself.
So the Song of Solomon is painting this picture of love as an experience that can be both exhilarating and all-consuming. But we can't forget the setting of this love story. Nature seems to play a significant role in the Song of Solomon, almost like another character in the narrative.
Absolutely. The natural world is interwoven throughout the text, acting as a mirror to the lovers' emotions and experiences. When their love is blossoming, we read, "The flowers appear on the earth. The time of the singing of birds is come."
It's as if their love is so powerful, it's causing nature itself to erupt in joyous celebration. We get these vibrant images of flowers blooming and birds singing, creating this idyllic backdrop for their romance.
And then there are passages where the natural world reflects a sense of longing and searching, like when the woman describes wandering through the vineyards and gardens at night, looking for her beloved.
That brings up another interesting aspect of the Song of Solomon, this theme of seeking and finding. We see instances where the lovers are apart and desperately yearn to be reunited. What do you make of these moments of separation?
These separations heighten the sense of longing and anticipation. They emphasize the depth of their connection, highlighting the idea that true love can withstand periods of distance and uncertainty.
It's like that old saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Their desire for each other only seems to intensify when they're apart. It's not just a constant state of blissful togetherness. There's a dynamic push and pull that makes their relationship feel even more real.
And these moments of seeking also force the lovers to confront their own vulnerabilities. The woman, in particular, expresses feelings of insecurity and fear when she can't find her beloved.
It reminds us that even the most passionate love stories can involve moments of doubt and anxiety. It's not all smooth sailing.
Exactly. And in a way, those challenges make the eventual reunions even more powerful. The joy and relief they feel when they find each other highlight the depth of their bond and the resilience of their love.
It's almost like each separation and reunion makes their connection even stronger. They're constantly proving their commitment to each other, reaffirming their love in the face of adversity.
And this idea of love being tested and ultimately triumphing seems to be a central theme in the Song of Solomon.
And speaking of central themes, we can't overlook the prominent use of nature imagery throughout the text. It's not just a decorative element. It seems to have a deeper significance.
The natural world serves as a powerful metaphor for the lovers' relationship. We see comparisons to vineyards, gardens, fruits, and animals, all elements of creation that are bursting with life and vitality.
It's almost as if the author is suggesting that love itself is a force of nature, something wild, untamed, and essential to human existence.
Precisely. And just like nature goes through cycles of growth, dormancy, and renewal, so too does love. There are seasons of passion, seasons of longing, and seasons of quiet intimacy.
I'm starting to see how the Song of Solomon is more than just a collection of love poems. It's a complex and layered exploration of human emotion, using the natural world as a lens through which to view the intricacies of romantic love.
Exactly. And one thing that strikes me about the Song of Solomon is the way it balances the sensual and the spiritual. We have these incredibly evocative descriptions of physical beauty and desire.
But then there are also passages that seem to hint at something deeper, a connection that transcends the purely physical.
Like when the woman describes her beloved as, "A bundle of myrrh is my well-beloved unto me. He shall lie all night betwixt my breasts."
Myrrh was a valuable spice used in perfumes and incense, often associated with religious ceremonies and even burial rites.
Exactly. So we have this interesting juxtaposition of the sensual, the beloved lying between her breasts, and the sacred, the association with myrrh.
It suggests that their love isn't just about physical pleasure. It has a spiritual dimension as well.
And we see this idea reinforced in other passages, like when the woman says, "Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm, for love is strong as death."
That's one of the most powerful lines in the entire book. It elevates love to a force as potent and enduring as death itself.
And it suggests that love has the power to mark us, to leave an indelible imprint on our souls.
The image of a seal is significant too. In ancient times, seals were used to authenticate documents and possessions, to signify ownership and authority.
So, by asking to be set as a seal upon her beloved's heart and arm, the woman is declaring that she belongs to him completely, and that their love has the power to bind them together in a way that's both profound and permanent.
It's almost like she's saying that their love is a covenant, a sacred agreement that transcends the limitations of time and space.
And this brings us back to that idea of the Song of Solomon as a celebration of love in all its facets.
We see the playful banter, the passionate longing, the tender intimacy, and the profound spiritual connection.
It's a tapestry woven from the threads of human emotion, exploring the complexities of love with remarkable depth and honesty.
And while the book is often interpreted allegorically, as representing the love between God and his people, I think it's important to acknowledge the raw beauty of the human love story being told.
Absolutely. The Song of Solomon reminds us that love between two people can be just as sacred, just as powerful, and just as transformative as any spiritual experience.
It challenges us to embrace the full spectrum of love, from the sensual to the spiritual, and to recognize that it's within those very human experiences that we can find glimpses of the divine.
And I think that's what makes the Song of Solomon such a timeless and enduring work of literature. It speaks to the deepest yearnings of the human heart, reminding us that we are all created for love and connection.
And that even amidst the trials and tribulations of life, love has the power to sustain us, to transform us, and to lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
It's interesting to think about how the Song of Solomon has been interpreted throughout history. Some scholars have viewed it as a purely allegorical text, representing the love between God and Israel or Christ and the church.
Others argue that it's a celebration of human love, pure and simple.
And then there are those who see it as a combination of both, a text that speaks to both the earthly and the divine aspects of love.
It's a testament to the richness and complexity of the Song of Solomon that it can support such a wide range of interpretations.
And I think that's part of what makes it so compelling. It invites us to engage with the text on multiple levels, to wrestle with its meaning, and to find our own personal connection to its message.
It's not a book that offers easy answers or simple interpretations. It challenges us to think critically and to approach it with an open mind and heart.
And regardless of how we choose to interpret it, I think there's something undeniably powerful about the way the Song of Solomon celebrates love.
It reminds us that love is a force to be reckoned with, a force that can move mountains and change lives.
And it encourages us to cherish the love we have in our own lives, to nurture it, and to let it blossom.
Whether it's the love between romantic partners, family members, or friends, the Song of Solomon reminds us that love is a gift to be treasured.
And it's a gift that has the power to transform us, to make us more fully human, and to connect us to something larger than ourselves.
So as we come to the end of our deep dive into the Song of Solomon, I'm left with a sense of gratitude for this beautiful and enigmatic text.
It's a text that has challenged me, inspired me, and moved me in profound ways.
And I hope it's done the same for you.
We've only just scratched the surface of this rich and layered work, but I hope our exploration has given you a deeper appreciation for the beauty, power, and complexity of the Song of Solomon.
If you enjoyed this episode of By the Pages, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more explorations of fascinating texts and ideas.